Hey everyone, welcome back to Tyranny of Dragons, session 14. Um, we are the Masters of Dungeons, and these are our players, Molly.
Azure. Hey, I am Molly, and tonight I will be playing Noah Lockhart, the half-elven rogue.
Ryan.
Hey, I'm Ryan. I'm playing Auburn, Son of the Sun, Paladin of Polor.
Psst.
Wesley.
Yeah. I just wanted to be included in the naming. I am Wesley, and I am playing Tristana Zahara, Fire Sorceress.
Okay, so we have had a lot of things happen, and a lot of things to happen, so bear with me, and I hope you enjoy. Equipped and disguised, each of you depart from the city at calculated intervals. Tristana and Lenin, Auburn and Orion, Noah and... Did you see that? Huh. Oh, it's probably nothing. You are to rendezvous with one another 10 miles north of Elturel, at the Dying Oak, a barren yet looming tree that sits on the border between the lush fields of the Eltergard and the dry plains that characterize the fields of the dead. Alone, each of you distance yourselves from the high walls of Elturel, and the Guardian's illuminating presence gives way to night's oppressive darkness. The comfort and camaraderie of the city is shadowed instantly as the wind chills your bones and shadows creep behind you. Take courage, adventurers. This is only the beginning. Dawn breaks over the horizon, the first true sunrise you've witnessed since the Battle of the Greenfields. Having departed earliest, Tristana, you and Lenin are the first to arrive. The once proud Oak of Elturgard towers over the landscape, its massive trunk reaching well into the sky, yet it is lifeless, and not a creature resides in or near it. Perhaps to reflect the ominous nature of the landscape to the north, the fields of the dead. Centuries ago, before the founding of Am, this land was a favored battleground for control of the lands north of Kalimshan. Bones still litter the field, and cairns of the dead decay as the men of yore once did within them. It would seem the poison of death still permeates the ground, and while plants populate the area, nary a green leaf can be found. Tristana, as you stop at your destination, I would like to remind you that a particular something was given to you, an additional satchel with your supplies. If you recall, you requested something from XIV.
XIV was, maybe that'll jog my memory if I remember.
XIV was the scholar from Candlekeep, and he revealed to you that he was basically one of the head members of the Harpers, organization of freedom fighters on the Sword Coast.
Right, 1 second. He gave me a satchel.
Yes.
Feeling as though pressured by some divine being, she looks into her satchel to find the contents of what lies inside.
In this pack is a dark-colored vial. Yes, thank you. With a note attached at the neck. It reads, "Do not hesitate. In your darkest hour, may you find solace in the hands of the gods." Signed, Esethir.
Kind of a grim reminder of how much is at stake in this mission. And as she kind of looks at the vial, reading the note again, as she's done many times over the past couple of hours, she closes it back up and catches up with Lenin.
It is sometime before any of your other party members are there, while you and Lenin spend at the Oak.
So just to clarify, we left before everybody else. Was there a particular?
That's right. So
order?
You left in disguised and kind of trying not to draw any attention because you were carrying some equipment or a good amount of equipment on your horses. So Onthar and Esethir thought it best for you to leave at differing intervals.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the tree was called what again? The tree of, was it Elturel or was it something else?
So it was the Oak of the Elturgard.
Okay. All right, I can't type very fast with one hand.
Most now call it the Dying Oak.
And so right now it's just me and Lenin, and we're just kind of hanging out until the rest of the party catches up.
That's right.
Okay. So as I look at Lenin, can I see any particular emotion on her face? Or as we've been walking, has there been some sort of like feeling or anything like that?
She's mostly complaining about how she's cold. She's being much younger, while the trials and tribulations, or the things that are at stake, rather, are large. She's still heavily affected by the things that are at hand, such as being cold.
Do we know how long it will be until they catch up? Like roughly a couple hours, or is it like 1 hour?
Probably an hour or two.
Okay. And we're not in any immediate danger in terms of like being super far away from the city, like being in like Badlands or type of a thing, or is it pretty decently safe?
So it's pretty decently safe. You know that this is kind of the edge of what is considered safe, and that this land that you have trekked across is generally patrolled. It's generally patrolled by the Hell Riders, kind of frequently. So,
kind of hearing that her complaints about being cold, Tristan would gather some small pieces of firewood, putting it, maybe like in like some type of a rock structure type of thing. I don't know. She builds a fire, and she does her little little firebolt on it, and kind of sits down, warming her hands by the fire and kind of motioning Lenin to come join her.
Tristana, you didn't have to do that. Thank you.
Kind of.
It is very cold this morning. I miss the walls, certainly.
And then are we, just a quick geography reminder, what was the city that we originally started in? Greenest?
Greenest.
Is that climate-wise very different from where we are now, or is it pretty similar?
So I would say that it's more has to do with the season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're getting closer to harvest time.
Yeah, Tristana kind of smiles, and, well, I suppose being one of the benefits of my blood is that I'm never cold. But, yeah, it was nothing, of course.
So, this journey, do you really think we'll run into trouble, or... I mean, I know we had that talk about having to,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But that
Well-
surely... that won't happen, right?
It is my wish that that does not happen. But we are going into the heart of a very dangerous place. And we must be prepared for... She kind of pauses for a few seconds. Certain eventualities that... Yeah. She kind of just trails off, looking into the fire.
Tristana, have you ever known love?
She kind of scratches at her neck, looking kind of sheepish, which is a very weird look for Tristana. I thought I was once, but it wasn't true love. Not like, for example, the love that I share with my companions. It's a different type of love, not a romantic love, but it is love. I've been around the world quite, and I've seen the dirty side of humanity, and I know that what we have is special, something to be protected. But no, I've never, well, in my past, as you know, David and I were involved, but it wasn't a love that was pure or good. It was corrupted. It was very human, but twisted.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to evoke that, those emotions.
Well, we're going to see some much darker things, so we might as well get used to these types of emotions.
Mm. Yes.
Having something to sacrifice for those things clarifies things.
You know, I wasn't sure that choosing to follow you was the best decision when I first left my father.
Neither did I.
But I grow more assured by the day. Oh, thank you. But I'm sure Auburn will be here soon. She kind of cozies up to the fire. Just a little bit more waiting, I suppose.
Tell me, I'm curious. Can I ask you a question?
Sure. I asked you a question. It's only fair.
She kind of smiles girlishly, looking much younger than she usually does. I've seen you and Auburn spending some time together. Just curious if there are any feelings there, or if it's just friendship.
She kind of blushes a little bit.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, he's nice to look at, and I mean, he's always there for us, right? I mean, I
It's
don't know.
quite strapping, and she kind of has this beaming smile.
I'm quite fond of him. I can't lie.
Wow. We do not know how many days we have left, especially going where we're going. I would hate for you to have any regrets. feel what you feel. Although the time and place of this is certainly not ideal, the most romantic. We're not exactly the most romantic place. She kind of looks around in this field of dead everything. But if you feel, he's a man of God, so I do not know exactly what his denomination has to say on relationships and the like, but he's certainly a good person, and loving him would not hurt you.
When you put it that way, I hadn't thought about it quite like that.
Yes. Well,
Do you think he shares those feelings?
I haven't been paying attention quite to Auburn. I'll see. I won't say anything, but I will keep an eye out. It's hard to tell what he's thinking. Keeps things very close to the chest.
I know I've said this already, but I've never had, I don't know, I've never had anyone I could share things like this with. I appreciate you,
Yes.
truly.
Magic, wild, very powerful, also very lonely. So I share your feelings. I appreciate you as well. Speaking of magic, should we get to it? The training? Some calibration? We have some time to kill until they get here.
Well, what did you have in mind? She looks she looks very excited.
Dodge!
Okay. No, take a point of inspiration, Wesley. That was really good.
You as well, Logan. I enjoyed it.
But after you spend a while kind of bonding and training and the like, which will certainly pay off with somebody as adept as Lenin, Auburn, you and Orion eventually arrive. As I said with Tristana, you were also given a satchel.
Auburn checks his satchel to see what it is. He has an idea, but does not know for certain.
I'm going to say this part in particular is subject to change. I just have to forewarn, but this is what I have. Apologize for the meta. Auburn, in your pack is a map entitled Forest of Wyrms. And as you heard previously, when this was mapped, when the Forest of Wyrms was mapped, it was only the map that was retrieved. The cartographer did not return. Attached is a letter. Diplomacy is not known to the Nahara, only greed and power. I have marked for you the last known location of Zahir's Fang, a ceremonial dagger used in sacrifices to the serpent god. Should you find this relic, use it as a symbol of power over the Nahara. If my history is of any use, you should be heralded as gods, or at least of the gods. You must understand, this can scarcely be called a lead. Alas, it was the best I could muster in such short notice. Godspeed to you. Signed, XIV.
Is this a copy of the map?
You would guess that this is definitely not the only map, and that they did copy it, but I will say this, that it's probably the first copy of the map. Not something that is requested often.
Gotcha.
Sorry, you missed that, Molly.
As they ride, he's going to hold the map and study its contents just in case they somehow lose this map, and train it to his memory the best he can. If things get in a sticky situation, he has a general idea of where he is, where to go.
Right. There you go, Molly, for your records. So, you and Orion arrive on scene, and as I believe the image before you is one of two spellcasters practicing the arts. No, hold your hand like this.
Yes, yes.
You must feel it from within.
From the belly, yes, from the belly. Good. Oh. Oh. Good to see you, Auburn. We're just waiting for you, boys. How was your journey?
It was smooth. A little too early for us to be leaving, but duty is duty.
Auburn, you have the map. How far do we have to travel to this Forest of Wyrms?
I believe it's about 3 days from where you are.
We have 3 days or so of travel before us. If nothing gets in our way or slows us down, which it shouldn't.
We're ever so lucky. Well, I suppose. Who did Carthron ride with?
Last I saw, he was with some red-haired girl. I don't know what that was about, but he had a smile on his face.
Okay. Be sure to question him once he gets here.
Perhaps one final conquest before this mission.
Oh, crap. And he'll never know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Auburn, as you approach and begin conversing with Tristana, Leanin kind of makes herself a little scarce, kind of, the other side of the tree, back to where the fire was. She doesn't greet you like she has in the past.
I make no effort to greet her as I have greeted her in the past either. How's training gone so far? Tristana.
She's good. She's making a lot of progress. A startling amount of progress, actually. It's a very quick study. But it's good.
Glad to see she's not on fire yet.
Well, that is yet to be seen. She kind of impishly smiles over at Leanin.
If you don't mind, I think I'm going to cook some breakfast.
Of course.
That's why I'll have another hot meal.
And she kind of sees that the fire has gone out. Oh, well. And she lights up the fire by all means.
That's convenient. And he puts away his fire starter.
One of the better elements of being a fire sorceress, I suppose.
As you kind of approach the fire, Leanin, to use Wesley's word, almost sheepishly eyes you as you approach. Good morning, Auburn. I hope your journey was safe? Question mark.
As he knees down next to the fire, he looks up to her. The ride was smooth. I don't think I saw anybody else the entire time.
That's that's good.
He kind of nods to what she says as his focus goes back to the food.
So, gonna make some breakfast. Would you like some help with that?
You could do this, and I'll get some more wood for the fire. And he just sets down the knife and the half-cut potato, begins to walk away.
Yes, I can do this. She kind of like looks down at the knife, and then kind of like quickly glances at her dagger, and yes. And
I've totally done this before. Yes.
This is her practice of dagger work.
So
This is where Tristana whispers something to her. Gas, unseen servant. Unseen servant.
I come back and the potato's flying.
phew. Anyway, as that scene unfolds, Noah it's about this time. There's a much shorter interval between when Oberyn arrived to when you arrive, and you arrive on the scene. Two of your mates cooking some breakfast, and Orion being quiet as usual, and Tristana surveying the land.
All right, and I'm assuming I'm riding a horse
Yes.
right now. Yeah. So I kind of ride in. Whoa! All right, and go and jump off the horse very gracefully. 10 out of 10 landing, and say, and immediately as soon as he does that, puts his hands together, starts rubbing them. It's like, oh great, y'all have made something. I am starving.
We were just cleaning the pan.
Right.
Well, hello to you too.
But
Noah, I set aside some breakfast for you right here on this plate.
You're the only one I respect. And he would take the plate gladly and kind of sit down.
As you approach, you see Auburn's not cleaning but scooping another serving onto the next plate.
And I want to say I was this close to casting Firebolt on your food and just burning it all. I don't know how to convey this to you in character, so I just want you to get like I'm shooting you some like serious screw you eyes.
Yep. Noah definitely chooses to ignore it to possibly his own detriment, and is sitting down beginning to eat. And when he sees you getting more food and putting on your plate, he's like, yeah, okay, sure, fine. And he starts eating the plate that Lena gave him. So, how long do you think we're gonna stay here? Like another couple minutes while I eat, or what?
As soon as you're done cleaning this pot.
What? Why do I have to clean the pot?
Because you didn't help cook.
I wasn't here.
Exactly. You get to sleep in.
Whatever. I'll do it.
He looks down back into the food with a smile on his face as he's achieved a small victory in not having to do dishes.
Was Lenin successful in casting unseen servant?
Let us see. She was.
Okay.
She was, believe it or not.
Now, Carthon. Luckily, Lenin has.
No, for the love of all the gods above.
You know what? You do the dishes. And she gets up with her plate and she kind of like throws it in your lap.
I was already going to do that. Thank you. You saved me some time.
Little bits of fire emit from the ground as she steps away.
I am unrepentant. My name is Noah. Call me Noah, not Carthron.
She's way past earshot.
Sorry, Lenin. What's up?
I suppose nothing. Nothing.
So would I see like a floating knives or dishes or whatever? Like is the unseen servant still?
Right. Yeah, like a cloth and like wiping the knife and organizing the bag or whatever you want to call it that was with one of the bags with provisions.
And so Noah raises an eyebrow, looks at Tristana. She's kind of like stormed off. Then look back at Lenin. You're doing this, aren't you?
Doing what?
The floating dishes thing.
Well, I mean, I started it. I guess I am.
Technically, you are. Oh, but yeah, good job. Did you get any good lessons? I guess. Hopefully that started.
Yeah.
I know Tristana's been a little off about that.
Tristana's actually she taught me a lot, and in the couple hours we had to wait for Auburn. Yeah.
Did you know how to do this before, or like have some kind of inkling before she started talking to you?
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
Is that unusual?
I mean, I guess technically I don't have the credentials to say whether it is or not, but I think that's amazing.
Huh. Tristana said the same thing.
All right, then it is. I'll get to cleaning now. Well, wait a second. I don't even have to clean. This guy can do it. And he'd hand the dishes to the unseen servant.
For some reason, the unseen servant doesn't take the dishes from your hands.
To quote Ryan, the small victories. But yeah. No, it's like...
I'm crying.
Is it not gonna...
What's that?
Is it not gonna take the dishes?
She kind of like looks up from the little thing that she's, cleaning and putting up.
Okay. Okay.
Well, you did commit to doing the dishes.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And he start cleaning them. Freaking magic man not taking dishes from me.
So once all of the morning shenanigans have finished, and all of you are at last reunited, together you set your sights to the north, to the Forest of Wyrms. But Noah, just as when you departed, you can't shake the feeling that someone or something has been watching you. After a quiet day's journey, you happen upon what appears to be an abandoned farmhouse. And to the west, Pelor's radiant light wanes. I would like to show you a picture
Does the farmhouse look occupied?
It does not. It looks very unoccupied.
That's good.
Here's the picture. Okay. I'm going to screen share. See the farmhouse?
That's the farmiest farmhouse I've ever seen.
Hey, so I just kind of wanted to set the mood with that. Don't mind the mountains so much. Most of it's plains, and most of it is this, well, all of it really, like I said, there's not really any green. So it's all this, like, palish yellow color. Like, the plants are alive. They're just not green.
There's no fire in the window.
No, there's no fire in the window.
Sheep in the field.
It's, those are rocks?
Gotcha.
They're probably
Quiet.
sheep, but anyway.
Sheep-shaped rocks.
Yes.
Or rock-shaped sheep.
Rock-shaped sheep.
We're onto something.
So, what would you like to do? This has been like you've passed a couple of like ruins and just like damaged buildings, and you know it's sparse out here being the fields. So like I mentioned, there are a couple large hills that are noted as like where battles took place and mass graves were formed, but this has been the first like relatively intact structure that you've seen in your day's journey.
And on that note, we haven't seen any people.
No.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, don't forget, you have now journeyed about a day into the fields of the dead. So
I guess we clear out this farmhouse, make sure it's empty. 4 walls are better than none.
I was gonna say the same thing. Hey, Auburn, how about you and me do some looking around?
I can be quiet.
I'm sure you can.
And he jumps down with a very loud metal thud.
Well, they know we're here already if there's someone there, so let's just go.
I shall join you, says Orion, speaking for the first time in hours.
Go Red Leanin. I guess we'll stay here.
Watch the horses.
And forgot you were here, buddy.
You better be talking to Orion.
Still, I am.
Okay. It happened in character, by the way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I already did the loud approach. Well, this place. Okay, I guess we don't really want to kick the door down if we're going to sleep here.
You go through the open window, and I'll be very loud as I go through the front door.
Fine with me.
If there is anybody, then I should be able to cover up any sound you make. Thud, 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 thud.
So, okay. So remember that link that I sent y'all?
Yeah.
You can
The
click
very beginning. All right.
I think there's going to be people in here now.
What's that?
I said I think there's people in here.
Nah, it's empty.
Looking at the map now, you are right.
There are no cows or livestock like the picture kind of says.
Are there 3 buildings? I mean 4 buildings?
Yeah, for the sake of what's going on, I mean, I'm cool with the 3 building. I guess there's an outhouse, yeah. So we'll just use that as it is. That's fine.
Okay.
The only thing that has changed is that, like, it's not real dense shrubbery. Like on the outside of the map, it shows like lots of trees. It's not real. It's kind of sparse, like the picture that I showed you.
I believe that it is set to view only, at least for me.
Crap. How do I change that again, guys?
I don't remember off the top of
Can
my head.
view. Okay, got it. Can edit. Copy link.
Can y'all not see the lines I just drew?
Yeah, I can see him.
This is. I almost sent that in the other group me. Did that?
I was drawing lines. I don't know why Molly couldn't do anything.
Did y'all get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me. Oh, I closed that up group me, so and reopen it.
And Molly, if you have tokens, that would be super cool.
Yeah, Yeah, that's what I was gonna do as soon as I got in there.
As we approach, Auburn calls dibs on the master bedroom.
Fine by me, buddy.
So I will read this to you quickly. Ramshackle stables lean in disrepair. The house itself is a skeleton of its. Rather, the house is a skeleton of its former self, picked clean over the years. However, the house's well remains intact. A bucket sits adjacent, but it's not attached. And the picture actually shows that, which is really cool.
Okay, the thing finally loaded in for me. I'll put it in
There's
the.
2 buckets on the well. One is attached.
That's the barrel.
Gotcha. That was a bigger bucket.
Do you get it, Wesley?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I believe I can put all of them in there at once.
Don't break it.
What?
What's up?
Huh?
Go.
What? All right.
Go what? Molly's getting the tokens.
Yeah, I'm getting tokens out.
I was talking to.
Oh.
There's the mysterious elf token, aka David.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't really know what these gray squares are.
Tristana's perfect token, as always.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Well, if Wesley can ever find the original and send it to me, we can get that worked out. All right. I will go down to at least Auburn size. All right.
So I'm just gonna say, for the sake of D&D, everything is up to you at this point. The sun is setting, and you have come across this place.
So, we're coming from the south. Is that where we originally came from? It's the south.
I mean, technically, but if for the sake of this you want to flip it upside down and say north to south, I don't really care.
No, I'm good like this.
Okay.
That is way back there.
Yeah.
And not in a tree.
And I'm all right.
Auburn watches Noah disappear somehow in a shadow and walks up to the front door and knocks loudly.
Pretty much. I will go ahead and roll my stealth check. Getting them out now. Critical failure.
Uh-oh. Okay, tell me how you trip on something.
Yeah, okay.
Like a 15 though.
Right, yeah,
What?
so
What's your modifier, Molly?
my modifier?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a plus 13. or plus 11 right now.
I still a 12 sneak. That's
Yeah, it was.
passive perception.
It was a 1.
That's better than my passive perception spell.
All right, yeah, but so yeah, Noah's moving. He was going to try and get near a window. He's going to try and get near a window to kind of slip in there.
I hate to inform you, but the walls are not 100%, so there are lots of. It's not just the windows where you could see in or perhaps even get in.
Gotcha. I'm probably just an opening, and as he's walking up to an opening, doing his thing, probably his back against the wall. Maybe as he's putting his back against the wall, and he begins walking forward, and there's just this random piece of debris just jutting out, kind of hidden amongst the yellow grass, and he just trips on it and falls flat in his face.
And in the pile of dust that you create as you fall flat on your face, like halfway inside and halfway outside of the house.
Yep.
The environment remains relatively quiet and unchanged. Besides, perhaps your party members.
All right, so yeah, Noah would fall, then immediately get up. Nothing seems to be happening. So he'd be like, and Auburn, you knocked on the door. I mean, I guess Noah would begin to make his way in, or wait for you to proceed, whichever happened first.
Auburn knocks 3 times loudly and then waits about 5 seconds and then enters.
So on your first knock, the door kind of budges.
He knocks 2 more times the same way to open the door a little bit more on accident. And then he peers around inside.
Before you is an abandoned abode.
Is the furniture and stuff still in there?
Yeah, so like some dusty chairs, dusty wooden table. A lot of things are like kind of mildewy, like linens and stuff. The roof is riddled with just holes and yeah, this place is pretty old and pretty abandoned.
And you said the other buildings are in worse condition?
Yeah. Yeah, most of the other buildings have pretty much no roof, whereas this one has at least some roof.
He's going to go door to door, push it open, look around.
Oh, you mean the other buildings in this picture?
No, like through the house, just to make sure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's no goblins or anything under the bed.
Yeah.
Or kobold.
There's a green foot hanging. No.
I smash it.
Just don't smash my beds. Yeah, so not a soul. Not a soul. And Noah, if you were looking, you don't find any kind of fresh tracks or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, that'd probably be one thing I would do. All right. And Noah would just kind of come in and say, well, looks to be all clear. I haven't found any tracks or any sign of people being here recently.
Other than you tripping back there.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Me either.
Good. Let's have it stay that way.
So would Tristana be able to hear you, or is not?
I mean, probably you would be able to, you would have just approached after there,
No.
didn't really discover anything.
Come on,
Yeah.
Lyndon.
And what time of night is it?
It's dusk.
Dusk.
Sun's about halfway over the horizon.
Yeah, well, majority of the, or at least many of the walls of the building are shot to hell, but better than that in the open, I guess.
Well, like Oberyn said, I guess it's better than four walls are better than none. Let me. Is leaning kind of just curiously, like, peers around the corner and checking stuff out.
Yeah, so Noah would definitely sneak up on her with a 20 stealth and go, boo.
I hope you.
By the gods!
I had
was gonna jump out of my chest. Why would you do that?
I had to do it. The opportunity, I just had to take it.
Hey, Molly, what's your passive perception?
Blame them. They didn't stop me. It's my past perception. 18.
I sneak up on you, rolling a 23 stealth, and I lay my hand on the back of your shoulder, casting. Oh, what's the cantrip version? Is it Firebolt? Is it Firebolt?
Oh, cantrip version of what?
Just fire spell. I think it's fire. I mean, it's.
You can make flames with prestidigitation.
I'll do that, and I'm just gonna have like the back shoulder part of his whatever he's wearing. Hopefully, it's like some cloth. Just catch fire.
His magical cloak.
So Noah would, of course, jump and go, "Oh, son of a bitch! What the hell?"
What goes around comes around. Carthron. She walks coldly away.
Ooh.
Oh, got him.
Noah goes to Auburn. What the hell is her problem?
I think she's flirting with you.
I don't think so.
I told her I may have you were with a redhead last night. And she may be jealous.
You did what? Dude! What the hell?
Yeah, Noah, what was up with that? Oberyn said you were with someone last night.
Yeah, he was lying. As if I could pull that off.
You do have the coin.
No, not even I would stoop that low. Did you? Oh, you son of a bitch! Ugh.
It kind of slowly takes a step back, and then another, and then another. I'm gonna go tie up the horses.
Oberyn, I could use a drink. Do you think that well works?
Depends if there's water in it.
Would you mind if I go with you?
I guess not.
She kind of smiles a little bit and follows.
He's already turned around and doesn't notice.
Yep. So if they go to the well, Noah would go to wherever Tristana is. So, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I just wanna preface real quick. So as we both know, while it doesn't happen often, Auburn, son of the sun himself, can be a real dick sometimes.
And
And
your point is?
my point is that whatever he told you did not happen. throw that out there.
Mhm.
And you really think I could do that? Anyway, besides that,
My character's not laughing. I'm laughing at you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
anyway,
So what you're telling me is a warrior of God lied to me
Yep.
about your nighttime activities.
Okay, so before we go any further, and we all know that I'm not the best at any of this, and so on that note,
Yeah, I think I'm going to believe, the guy who's made a bunch of oaths to uphold. No offense.
while I'm hurt a lot,
She's like walking away from you right now. She's done. You can follow her. I'm not saying like in the conversation, but she's like just walking away from you right now, going like from place to place, just trying to not be in the same room as you.
Exactly. So he'd kind of be following you. He said, "While I'm hurt," walking behind you, he'd say, "I am at least happy that you think I have the skills to pull that off."
She says nothing to you.
Yeah, so then he'd stop, and then he'd be like, put his hands, turn around, like, so fucking bad at this. Oh my god. It's not even my fault. I didn't even do anything. Fucking Auburn. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. I'll just forget about it. I won't forget about it, but we're moving on. Okay. And I think that's the end of that little trip.
Yes, it is, Molly.
Honesty is not a tenant. Screw you, Ryan.
When it turns into a romantic comedy. Auburn, I need some water.
That's what we're all working towards, isn't it? Oh man,
It's inevitable.
that's what it's all about.
They tell you not to date your coworkers, and everybody ends up doing it anyway.
Except that they're not saving the world,
Depends on who your coworkers are.
Oh yeah.
Well, you gotta wait for Ryan to get back because he's going to tie up the horses, apparently.
If you know what he means.
I enjoy the rom-com comedy hour, so.
I'm not sure what you mean. Did I fall in the well and die?
No, I mean, Lenin just follows you as you go and tie up the horses, and she's kind of just like following you like a little duckling.
Is there something you'd like to say or talk about?
Not that I can think of at the moment. Just I don't know. It's really is. It's nice out here, The sun is set and the stars are out.
I hate this time of year.
Oh? I mean, I'm not fond of the cold either. Perhaps it would have been more ideal if we had, to save the world earlier in the year.
If only poor Laura would have allowed it. He knows I hate the cold.
I mean, I guess it's a good thing Tristana's with us. She's pretty good with fire. No worries there, I guess.
Can't really light a fire in the house now, can we?
If you can call it a house.
4 walls and a roof. It's always a house, no matter the condition, but who are we to judge?
Judge a house? Anyway. The kind of vibrancy that she came out here with is kind of faded. So how about that well?
Alright, well, let's go around back and check it out.
So the well is it's just built up about thigh high of cobblestone with kind of a a little rafter beam support that works as a winch. A bucket there, but there's nothing attached to it or anything like that. And at the bottom of the well, it looks like there is water.
I thought you were going to say something shiny. Make me jump in there. Well, Noah, I gave Noah my last rope. I'll have to grab that from him. But it should work fine. And he twists like the little handle thing.
So sorry. So you just got some rope and tied it up?
Yep.
Okay. And yep, as you pull it back up, fresh water.
Looks like we have fresh water.
Delightful. Perhaps we should share with the others.
If you'd like.
Maybe even start on some supper. You know what's odd? We haven't seen a soul.
Oh. What's the name of this place that we're in?
What?
Fields of the Dead.
Fields. There we go. We do happen to be in the Fields of the Dead, so kind of glad we haven't seen any souls.
I reckon that is good as well.
Especially souls without bodies. They're kind of freaky.
Anyway, so Leanin busies herself preparing a meal. Orion kind of chooses to be left to his own devices in one of the rooms. Say, I don't know, room 5. And so as the night goes on, you finish your meal and somebody going to watch, or how are you going to do that?
Yeah, so I'm I take it it's just silent. For whatever reason, the tension in this room is very high.
Yes.
And Noah is like, oh, if no one's gonna volunteer, I can take the first watch.
Well,
Alright, sounds good.
if you're going to take first watch, it really makes sense you do these dishes as well.
I don't think that equates.
And he's kind of getting the last of the...
Yeah, I think that's how that works. Yeah. All right, good night.
Good night, says
Hi.
Leanin.
Alright, good night, guys. Noah thinks himself, yeah, those are dirty in the morning. I don't give a shit. And so I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening. 30 seconds. Be right back.
Oh. Of course, he's on watch.
So, Tristan, you had a chance to crack open that book we found. It seemed to.
Hey, let me go back and make sure so you have that one straight.
Which one? The book?
Yeah, just to make sure that it was titled Wesley Miscellanea Pyrologica.
That's what it's called. That's already canon. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's fine. I just had it. You can
got you.
go with
Miscellaneous. What was the last word again?
Miscellanea Pyrologica.
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 Oh, pyro. I was like, what?
Okay, that's been taken care of. All right, so
Aubryn was asking Tristana about the book. Oh, rip.
What?
I was just telling Molly.
Oh, okay. Well, Aubryn, I have not had a chance to read it as of yet, but I was going to on my watch.
Very well. It seemed to have some interesting things that I don't understand, but they seemed interesting. I guess have fun with it.
Yes. I haven't read a book in I don't know how long.
You forget
Reading is not really one of my strong suits. I'm not exactly a scholar like Lena. She looks over to Lena.
Who, me? A scholar?
Yes. How fast did you read that book?
I mean, it took me a whole day.
Yeah. That book should have taken you weeks.
I don't understand.
We already knew she was vastly more intelligent than all of us combined. Well, at least the three of us.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway. We should probably get to sleep. Let Noah get to those dishes. Oh,
yeah, I was about to say, there's a lot of conversation going on down there.
Down where?
Yeah, so I was about to say, Noah would get on top of the structure.
Okay.
Climb on top of the structure and kind of keep watch from there.
All right.
That's kind of creepy. Okay.
If creepy saves our lives, then that's fine.
Just remember, I sleep in the nude.
What the fuck?
Paladin of the light sleeps in the nude.
Too much information, man.
What is found in the dark shall be brought to the light.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh boy.
That's a different type of flashing there, Aubryn.
Polaris Temple is very, very warm.
Wesley.
I really need to become a paladin of light. Oh man.
Okay. Anyway. So yes, you all others are asleep. Noah. The night is cool and dry. A symphony of crickets bathes the night with their calls. But the monotony is dampened, if only for a moment, by a soft whistle.
All right. Noah, who had him, I just kind of see him as up there, kind of with his elbows resting on his knees, just kind of staring out into the dead fields. It looks like dead fields. kind of zoned out a little bit, and then he hears the whistle, and he comes to attention. Can you tell where it came from?
It seems to have come from the stables.
Mm-hmm. All right. And he'd look around. He's not seeing any movement or anything. He just heard the whistle.
Aye.
Yeah. Right. And so, Noah would do is, since this building is so shoddy, I'm assuming there's a hole in the roof somewhere.
Lots of holes.
Yeah. And so Noah would kind of take a rock, and wherever Auburn is, he'd throw it down at him.
Before you do it, another whistle rings out a little bit louder, and this one familiar.
Yeah. So Noah's about to do that, and he knows who the whistle's from, right?
Yes, he does.
And so it kind of feels, or first of all, Noah's frozen, and it kind of feels as if an icy hand is just kind of gripping at his heart, and this sense of dread and paranoia comes over him. And putting the rock back inside his pocket, he jumps off the roof, or slides down the roof, whatever, and making sure his two swords are at the ready. He is not taking them out, but he's making sure they're all ready. He is going to approach the stables. And his heart is just pounding a million miles a minute. There's a cold sweat going down, and his mind is just racing as he approaches the stable door.
Okay. Nothing changes, Noah.
For that moment, Noah just kind of thinks to himself, let me see. He wants to tell himself that what he heard was just a figment of his imagination, maybe paranoia getting to him and zoning out a little bit. But he can't let it go. And he lets out a soft return whistle.
And after a few moments, it's met again with the same whistle that was familiar before from the other side of the stable.
And so it's in a different place now.
No.
No.
You were at the door of the stable.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I would have. I said that I would have approached where the sound came
from.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean, it came from within the stable.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He would walk in.
And as you look inside, the broken planks and things that separated or were once stables and stacks of hay that have now decayed away, just litter the rather empty stables. And you don't see anyone.
He doesn't expect to.
Hello, Noah. You here?
And he assumes if he looked around to see where the voice was from, he still wouldn't see a
Correct.
body there. Yeah. And so without moving his head, he says, "Hey."
Quite some time has passed since we met last.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. This is awkward, to say the
Yes.
least.
Well, while your debt remains, I have not come to collect. At least not in gold.
You and I both know that's worse.
I see you've picked up a few travelers.
They don't have anything to do with this. Don't bring them into it.
No?
No.
Hmm.
It's my issue, not theirs.
In any case, as titillating as this suspense is, I have come, well, to tell you that you are in danger. At this very moment, Finks and a band of specters are combing the fields to the south. Believe it or not, he has neglected direct orders to monitor you.
That doesn't surprise me.
And instead, he aims to capture you and your friend, Tristana.
You're warning me.
Understand this. I have not come out of the kindest of my heart. I have a debt to repay your mother, and the time has come. By morning, this farm will be crawling with specters and finks.
Alright, well, thank you, I guess. What are the other strings?
Always has to be strings.
Yep. Lucan taught me that well enough.
Well, maybe not always. Listen, I can delay finks long enough for you to prepare a trap. I've seen your skills, and they've grown, and those of your friends. Should you succeed, I shall depart forthwith, and recommend the flame be labeled too deadly to be troubled with, and your debt forgotten. Your tracks will again be covered. And if you are fretting, don't over our mutual acquaintance. Finks has grown greedy, and if there's one thing I taught you, she grimaces, never steal from family.
He would repeat the words as she's saying them. Never steal from family. You really think I can take him? We can take him.
You, not we. And yes,
Yeah, by we I meant my friends. I didn't mean you. That'd be a little bit too much to ask or expect. And he'd chuckle a little bit.
met with cold silence.
Yeah. How long exactly until they're here?
6 hours.
6 hours. Okay. Things has gone that far off the deep end, huh? Like I said, though, I can't really say I'm too surprised, but I didn't think he'd be that much of an idiot. All right. I got the message.
Very well. I shall report back to Finks and make the arrangements. You have until dawn. Goodbye, Noah.
Yeah, and I would just like to say that I didn't want to interrupt what we were talking, but I would like to make an insight check on her words, of course.
Sure.
Yeah. Please tell me I have proficiency in that. I do. It's 19.
And what is your insight trying to decipher? Like, anything in particular that she said?
About basically because she had said that Finks is off on the wings waiting with specters to attack, or traveling here to attack, and that she was going to inform him, tell him that everything's all right for the go ahead.
Right.
That specifically.
That specifically?
Whether she's
Yes.
lying or not.
When she said she was going to report back to Finks to inform her of what, basically of your location, because you would know that she is effectively scouting.
Yeah.
That is absolutely what she's doing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you did not get the sense that she was pulling your chain in any way about the arrival being imminent.
Gotcha. All right. And Noah would say, "Oh, thanks." And I really do mean that. More than you could realize.
Go ahead.
That was it for when.
Oh, after
Yeah.
a silence that you would have expected her to be gone.
Yeah.
You actually hear her as she leaves, rather than not knowing.
Yeah.
Almost as if a foot slipped as you spoke.
And he says again, "Thank you. I won't forget this. And please Please be safe. Just okay. And at that point, he's pretty sure he's just talking to himself, and he walks out.
But on the wind, you hear, "A pupil should never worry about his master."
And Noah thinks to himself, doesn't stop me from trying. And he would go to the abandoned farmhouse and wake all of them up. Before that, I'm assuming I know what a specter is.
Yeah. Yeah, you would know.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird thing. Like, you would know, but I couldn't have told you before this, so.
Yep.
I guess so, like, you would know that they are like middle ranking. They're not, they're far above initiates. They're not normal members, and they're kind of like the hands and feet. So, more of a specialized force.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
All right. And so Noah, still his head racing and his heart pounding, he would go in there and say, "Get up now, right now. Come on, guys, get up. We got some preparing to do."
What's going on?
Okay, so there are people coming. People coming here after us. Well, me and you in particular, Tristana. Mainly you.
After there was a pretty big bounty placed on my head, right? Type of a thing in the past.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you, he would have brought that up if you didn't.
No, I mean it's been talked about before.
Yeah, I know.
Even more so now. I was just making, like, me as the player was making sure.
Yeah, I would wake everyone up. Yes, Ryan.
And pretty big would be a vast understatement.
Yeah.
How long do we have? What are we up against?
If the information I just got is to be believed, and I really do think it is, we have 6 hours till
intel.
So he's silent for a second. An old associate who I thought that I had lost our friendship with, turns out I hadn't. They
So we're being hunted by your friend.
she's supposed to be hunting me. They're hunting me. People. Okay. I was okay.
Hey, Molly.
Yeah.
If we could pause for like 60 seconds, I'm gonna go feed Shiloh because she's like, yeah. Sorry, I'll be right back.
No, fine with me.
Sorry, guys.
Are we all taking a break?
I mean, that's fine if you want to take just 2 or 3 minutes. I just gotta fix this because she's kind of like being loud. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Malik.
Hey, man.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Here's to you.
Yep, there's... Yeah. Would note that, Noah being flustered while he is relaying the information is definitely in character. And not... Yep.
No.
Yeah, no, it is.
I know, Malik.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
You met him before.
Is that the pizza?
No.
Oh,
Sorry that took longer.
the spinach and...
Probably good because my parents just got home, so
That's fine. Logan, did you see my...
I just got it.
Yeah. Like I said, that's fine. If not... Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to ask.
Ominous.
Good question, though. For sure.
Yeah, one I wish I would have asked, but oh well.
It's like 78 degrees in this house. I don't know how to turn on the AC. Like they set it to hold at 78 before they left. I turned it down like 72. And I pressed hold.
72?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
And then I press hold and it just goes back to 78. I keep it colder than that at my house upstairs at night.
Yeah, at night we keep it colder.
Y'all crazy.
That's fine during the day, but not right now.
It increases your efficiency of sleep,
Yeah, you're actually right.
which is... Although it does it too much, because when you wake up, you want to stay asleep because it's really cold.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worth it.
Okay.
If someone wake up before you and turn it up.
Hey, Wesley, quick question. What time you got class in the morning?
I gotta wake up by 8:30.
Okay. So I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, but we do have this little... Don't worry, it's not gonna be like this drawn out thing. So
Okay.
okay, anyway. Noah, as you were saying.
Well, you see, I have so much angst.
Angst. All totally in character, by the way. What was the last question that was asked of me?
You were about to explain why I asked you what your friend is hunting us, and then you were about to go and explain as to like why your friend would be hunting you or something like that.
Yeah, so in character. So when I say friend, it's not like I learned everything that I know on my own. It's hard. Definitely looks like it's hard for him to say this, but I used to be part of the Zentarum, specifically a branch known as Phantom. And I ran away a year or two ago now, and hope they wouldn't find me, but they have. And I was told she's just going to call her my master. She warned me that one of the Phantom commanders is headed here under the cover of night. They'll be here in 6 hours with a group of specters. think the hands and feet of the Zentarum, the foot soldiers, they're more capable than fodder. And Logan, would I have an idea of how many specters are usually in like a unit sent
20.
out, or 20? Okay,
They're sent in scores.
gotcha.
You know that.
And there could be as many as 20, maybe 40, considering you and me. I don't think they'd consider failure an option. We have 6 hours. They're on our way. We can either set a trap and get rid of them. It appears that the one that's leading it has gone rogue a little bit, and he wants your bounty for himself. Tristana.
Well, you're the expert on this.
Yeah.
What do you suggest?
Okay. How tall is the grass outside?
Yeah. I'd go with knee high.
Knee high. Right. And we're just in smack dab middle open fields, as far as I can see, correct?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, and any trees that are like in the area aren't like low setting. You know, they would be like kind of long trunked, more like oaks and stuff like that. So like, there's not a whole lot of hiding in shrubbery.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anyway, I think, if I'm being honest, I want to take him out. I want this to be behind us. I don't want to have to worry about it ever again. I'm sorry that I got y'all involved in this, and frankly that I haven't told y'all, but I don't want this to be a problem, a recurring problem that we have to deal with as we move on. I want to stand and fight. Not honestly, but I want to stand and fight. And I think with y'all, we have a good chance of doing that, especially since we have 6 hours to prepare.
He doesn't sound like a man who would stop if the trail went cold anyway.
No, this guy, his name is Finks. He's a real asshole. He's real stubborn, real headstrong, thinks he knows everything, but he's an idiot. And so him coming, I really do think we have a good chance of this. To tell you what he can do, well, for one thing, he knows fire magic at least as well as you do, if not better.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that. He's a tiefling. He, like I said, he's an idiot. He's headstrong. If Blackbriar gives him the info that everything's a go, we should be good. I think he'll follow it. I don't think he has any reason to not trust her. And for the record, I trust her. Just in case that wasn't a given.
Are coming in force, if it's a handful, if it's a dozen, 2 dozen.
So, usually in a single unit, there are 20. We should expect at least that much, if not 40.
Well,
and they're not super advanced soldiers, but they are better than the average Joe. I think your fire could take them out if we get a good Especially if we
find a
get it.
choke point,
Yeah.
a place where they'd have to come through, then yeah, we could stand a really mean chance.
Yeah, it's like that would be good. We're in an open fucking field. Okay.
Well, they
Auburn,
have to come to us, so we could use that to our advantage.
definitely. Auburn, you've been quiet this whole time. What are you thinking, man?
You'll know soon enough when I figured out what I'm thinking as well.
Okay, we will.
Quite the philosopher, Auburn.
I mean, hey, if there's anything I know about him, I'm so glad we have him around, because at least I can't come up with plans for shit. He usually can. So okay, I'll ask this, Logan. This is me assuming something, but I want to ask you just in case.
Sure.
So Finks is, of course, first and foremost, he's a part of Phantom, so he is adept in stealth, but I get the feeling that he would prefer an explosive entrance.
I don't.
Yeah, would I know him, or just from his personality? I mean, I can say that without any backing.
I mean, there's not a whole lot about him that's not explosive,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know how to.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
I basically say that. I mean, he's stealthy when he can be. Like I said, he's an idiot. He just prefers to blow things up.
Would it be better to fight them here and get the jump here, or to get the jump now or in an hour or two on them?
So when it comes to terrain, this is all open field. When it comes to meeting them, I feel like I don't know how Finks will use the specters, but I really feel like there'll be an opening volley that we can take advantage of, where they think they got us, but we're not there, and we could take advantage of that moment. We know they're coming here. And what do y'all think? If y'all want any more information, I can try and dig some up.
Do we know how far away they are? Oh, do you know how far away they are?
So they're 6. She told me 6 hours.
Are they 6 hours away, or are they camped right down the road and they're waiting till dawn?
From how she spoke, I'd say they're 6 hours away and heading over here. They just wanted to go ahead from her. It might just be that she has to travel half of that for them to get ready to roll in.
Well, either way, she didn't give you their location anyway.
No, she didn't.
Although it was a good idea. The last thing you'd be expecting.
Yeah.
You hear from Lenin. Is there something going on?
Oh, my gentle.
Yeah,
You
so
can
Noah.
get her to divine their location.
What?
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 Lenin.
Why, yes, Tristana.
Where
There's no reason we're all whispering in the living room in the middle of the night.
We're actually in the kitchen.
Cawthorn, do you want to take this one? Just a quick synopsis of our situation.
So,
Not
okay.
something wrong, is there?
Quick synopsis. Or lean in with us. There always is. Quick synopsis. There are 20, at least, possibly to 40. I hope not more. Arms and Tarim soldiers heading here.
And her eyes like widen.
With a fire sorcerer maniac as their leader.
So why are we still here?
Because we know they're coming, and they're going to follow us regardless, and we want to take care of it.
And the dog is on the tail.
And it should be noted that I was also told that she believed we could do it with what we have.
However,
and I take her word for it.
We also have an option brought to us by Auburn, which we could take the fight to them before they even arrive here.
Which we didn't know before, but there might be. And
there could be a possible way to divine their location.
And I like all of you like turn your heads at Leanin at the same time, and she's like,
pretty much.
Would you like me to help?
That would be swell.
What he said.
So she kind of like rubs her eyes a little bit, and so I'm going to need something, some essence of. I need something. Perhaps your friend. Anything that would have bound you to her emotionally. That might bring about memories. I need something to locate her.
Okay, yeah, he'd be looking around, and he would pull something out of his pack, and he would pull it's not elaborate in any sense of the word, but it even looks to be almost standard issue. But he gets a dagger out of his pack with a long black hilt to it, and kind of flip it over and over again. And, as luck would have it, this is the one of the first things she gave me when she started. Well, yeah, here you go.
All right. Tristana, if you could help me clear off a space at the table. And she kind of opens. If you'll recall, when you first met her, how she dabbled was had to do with potions and alchemy.
Yeah, and she drank that concoction. Yeah.
So she pulls out, her satchel and starts preparing different poultices and herbs and, with mortar and pestle and preparing to.
Unseen servant.
Oh yes, I should use that, shouldn't I?
It's very efficient, darling.
And things start floating and mixing themselves together, and
creepy but useful.
I have my unseen servant help her unseen servant.
Okay, that's just weird.
Hey, unseen servants need unseen servants.
So, what kind of condition is our dragon in? Is our dragon in? So, I mean, he is capable, if that's what you're asking.
Human form capable, or big bad scary capable?
Human form capable.
Sad bit.
I saw
Yeah.
that head shake,
Well,
Wesley.
yeah. Logan's just like, here's an ancient bronze dragon at your disposal, or whatever he is.
yeah, Wesley. How to control your dragon.
Roll.
Yeah, how to control your dragon. That's right.
Recently
Mass
canceled.
Effect reference in there.
Yeah, right. Assuming control. So,
Logan's
yeah,
like,
capable
you can use
for
it,
you.
but only once.
Yeah.
Are we in the void?
Huh?
You can only use your dragon once in the void.
Oh, LOL. Anyway, so yeah, he's still kind of chilling. He's not really in on anything, but he's definitely capable. He's been able to ride by himself. He hasn't been showing any signs of like lasting signs of injury.
We'll let him get his beauty sleep.
So Leanin finishes. It takes her 20, 30 minutes, and she finishes a interesting looking concoction that like glows this light bluish color, and again she kind of looks to Auburn. This isn't the first time that we've done this, so if you could watch over. I know this isn't. There's nothing exact about this, and yeah. Here we go.
Auburn reaches into his pant pocket and pulls out this medallion with the symbol of Folor on it. And holds it in his hand, but her hand in his hand as well. And closes his eyes.
She downs the potion, and in a very creepy fashion, kind of her neck twitches as it has before, and eyes kind of roll back, and she has this almost like strange, unhuman sounds that come out of her mouth when this occurs. And yeah, very, very creepy. But Auburn, as you kind of take hold of her hand during this experience, you are given a bird's eye view of the farmhouse, and it pans upwards once more, and now a bird's eye view of the fields of the dead in your area, centered on the farmhouse, zooming to the south, down amidst remnants of skeleton bones and crows cawing and flying away in a murder. And to the east, you pan once more, zooming in, and you see a small camp that is being dismantled at the moment. And zooming in further, a man with red flesh and 2 horns, and even further onto his face. And it's a wry smile that you see as a flame like a candle burns in his eyes. And then nothing.
Do I get a general idea of distance, or
You pull out a map right now, you would know exactly where they are.
slap this dadgum map on the table?
The table breaks.
Actually, it might.
Table.
And Leanin falls limp after this.
As she falls out of the chair, Auburn catches her.
What a hero.
Always.
So on that note, where are they? And how many?
Yeah, right about here.
All right,
A spot on the map.
right there.
My best guesstimate of numbers.
2 score.
40.
Yeah, 40 of them, because I don't know what a score is.
All right, that's okay. That's what I thought. So that I'm glad that it's not more.
Including your devil friend.
Yeah, he'll be. Just say he's worth more than the 40. So what say you, big guy? Want to meet him halfway? We can probably move faster than them.
When we were panning over, did we see any formations or something we could hide behind or anything like that? Other houses?
Right, nothing that you wouldn't have already passed. Remember, like I said, that this was the first uh, mostly still standing structure within the area. So no, and where the camp was that you saw in the vision, it was just in the open plains, and they were packing and loading up.
And there's no large hills or anything like this in the plain?
Right. Not really. The only hills are man-made. The cairns that hold like the mass graves from differing battles, but they're not super tall. Like barrows.
I think it would probably be best if we met them and somehow surprised them. As we saw on the way up here, there was nowhere to hide. Other than the small graves.
If I may, says Lenin as she kind of blinks her eyes and awakens.
By all means, you're basically our luck charm at this point. More than that, of course, but just I'll shut up now.
If we stay, perhaps I've read about magics and traps and different symbols that how do I say this? I would have more time to prepare. And are you adept at traps at all, Noah?
Me? I could whip up something. They wouldn't be very fancy, very rudimentary, but I could whip up a few.
A few is better than none.
Yeah, maybe some. I don't know.
Tristana,
Yes.
these magic traps. Have you heard of them before?
I have heard of them, but I am not very well versed in them. All of my magic is instantaneous in nature. Fire doesn't like to be controlled for too long.
Perhaps you and I can work together.
Sure.
Your essence with my... This sounds silly. Knowledge?
Intelligence.
Are you saying I'm not intelligent?
I'm saying I'm not. We all know that, though.
Anyway, this is only possible if we stay.
I think it's our best bet. We know that they have to come to here. We have some structures to hide behind. It's better than a field. I'm with Lyndon on this.
It's fine with me.
We could. They're coming from the south, so they'll reach the farmhouse first. You should probably set your traps for the farmhouse. They'll probably surround it and then I'll rush in at once. Would be my best bet. It'd probably be better that we didn't hide in the house.
And I'm going to make a roll real quick to see if I could ask. Oh, really? Okay. Long shot here. I doubt you have it, but what was it? There were a few mages that interacted with some people in the Zentarum. They can use illusions. I doubt you know of any, just like a simple image, do you, Tristana? I just want to throw it out there.
The only illusion type spells I can do are simple invisibility and a mirror image, but it's of myself. It's not a.
Okay. And the mirror image can't be manipulated. It's just around you.
Yes, it's as if there are 4 duplicates of me, well, 4
Okay.
of me, that act and move as I do. They can't be independently operated.
Gotcha.
Independently operated, controlled individual. You wouldn't use that either. Anyway.
Yeah, no. That's fine. I just wanted to throw it out there, see if maybe you did have it. It would just be good if there was someone that looked like they were on watch or something.
Or, what do you call it? A decoy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of hay around here. Never made a scarecrow. I'll dress it up as you, Noah.
What, you're serious?
Eyebrow, though.
Yeah, so I imagine there's like a silence for a second, and he's like,
Do they make scarecrows that ugly?
Oh.
you're hey.
They modeled them after him. Time travelers.
Okay, can we wait?
I believe I've heard them compared to potato.
Okay. Y'all feel free to roast me at any time, but now. So you're serious about can you even make it look real? I mean, I can't.
Perhaps I can?
Well, it's dark.
You know that?
You wear a cloak.
There are many things, Noah, that I do not know. How I know them.
Okay, that works for me.
But if we are to do this, then we must get started at once. I'd like to prepare the traps first, so as to have more time to focus on your illusions.
Yes, we should. All right.
I'm going to scout the other buildings. See what I can find.
And Molly, if you have any like other specific mechanical traps in mind, start thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the time for you to like go crazy.
Oh boy. Okay.
So are these hay bale piles here?
That's fine. Yeah.
What kind of condition is the outhouse in?
It's a smaller structure, so fair condition.
If I looked at it from the outside, could I see inside?
It's mostly intact, so probably not if whatever was inside wasn't moving.
Auburn takes note of that.
Mm-hmm.
What about building 7?
Building 7 looks like a shed, and I mean, it's got some general. Actually, still has some general kind of supplies in there, like rusty shovel and the like. And again, being smaller, like the outhouse, 6 and 7 are more intact than the main house, and the stable is the most like destroyed.
One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2. He starts nodding to himself, like he's figured out 5 fairly good places to hide.
Yeah.
However long this takes him to figure out. And then he heads back inside to check on the progress of the rest of the group.
Lena works with you, Tristana, and kind of shares with you her rudimentary knowledge of
Wards,
wards, like
glyphs.
yeah, glyphs. That's
Traps.
a better.
Yeah, like a glyph of warding.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking from Dragon Age.
For real though. Yeah, glyph of warding, exactly. So I'm gonna allow you, Wesley, to strategize with that, as if you and Lena were in charge of that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I am getting ideas currently.
Cool.
This is what I'm doing.
So, here's the question I want to pose to you.
Okay.
Would you like to think about it now and set something up? Or would you like to stop here, be able to think about it, and then when we play next, set it up and go from there?
I would like to set it up next time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I figured, just to make sure, so y'all had options. So anyway, so now you know what's going on. I will reveal.
All right.
So I hope y'all enjoyed, and there's more to come next time, so stay tuned. Peace out.